Grand Rising family, get another beautiful day giving thanks and praises to the Creator, whoever you might conceive him or her to be loved and kind of giving. Listen, I'm going to grab a clip here on you guys that some information that you have to know about Neil Paul, that man that killed over 6 million Africans because he wanted to get the sap to make car tires. Anyway, folks, check it out. Leave a comment, subscribe. You know the rest. Be loved and kind. I'm already a piece of lots of love, folks.
Now, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, and
Okay, let me take it back a couple of notches. Let me take it back a few notches.
These are the most worshipped men.
Here we go.
Is where we are now. We as a people, I say all people on earth are now worshipping people who don't know what they're doing and don't understand or don't understand the way to be able to take care of the planet, right? So now, who are the most worshipped men on earth, apart from religious figures that have since transitioned or existed or didn't exist or whatever, are now Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, and Mark Zuckerberg. These are the most worshipped men on the planet Earth, right? And they don't even have the wealth.
Hope that YouTube don't strike me because they have a tendency of don't letting the truth comes out.
But these are the ones that are
When it comes to the truth, YouTube have a tendency don't let the truth come out. They want to strike you because you're speaking the truth.
What now looks like
bullshit
is technology, and it is technology based on these systems of manipulating electricity to create interfaces that are carbon-based or earth mineral-based so that we can now share information, right? Share information, share stories, capture vibe, people be on social media. This is, the new socialization or a version of socialization. Without Congo, the Democratic Republic of Congo, that it really isn't a republic and really isn't democratic. Without that country,
you have nothing. No minerals, no cell phones, no computers, nothing.
There is no wealth on earth right now, anywhere on earth. Every single government on earth now bases its wealth on the periodic table of minerals that can be extracted
from Congo. Yeah.
Right? So what it looks like for me is a sustainable economy is where you have this new tech revolution, which is
that was Malachi.
It is a revolution of earth that excludes the place where the minerals come from, right? So you have this tech revolution where data has now surpassed oil in value, but at the same time, the country where it comes from, which really isn't a country at all because there's so many different languages the size of Western Europe. Congo has 80 million people in it, but it is 2.4 million kilometers squared, right? Where a lot of it is jungle. But the same minerals that are being extracted from Congo now have been found in Bolivia, have been found in Colombia, have been found in... It just seems like the jungle is where the real wealth and mineral wealth is coming from.
Absolutely.
And until you are able to create a sustainable system that has ecology, sustainability, ethicality, people are paid fair wages, they have equity, they have egalitarian systems based on the people where these minerals are coming from, there will be no peace on earth.
True that.
Until
True that.
the countries where the wealth is coming from and the countries where the wealth has always come from are able to rule again. So what I would do, as there were in systems of old, I would put the black or the melanated woman at the top of all of these systems whereby she can create peace and balance, where we can now create fierce leadership that is needed.
True that.
Added into that, the protection that is needed is the same minerals that are being taken out of these countries and being manipulated into weapons of mass destruction and weapons of destruction. We need to not only own these weapons, we need to be trained on these weapons, we need to be fearless when it comes to using these weapons to protect our people and to protect our systems. And if at which point the trade agreements become unfavorable, we need to completely disconnect and just create within our own economies of scale that have nothing to do with anything to do with the West. Because let's be honest, this whole idea, you've heard of this capitalist idea of the free market, right?
Oh no.
Bullshit. how is it a free market when the countries where all of these minerals are coming from
Are not free.
not free? It can't be a free market.
Do you think that the two could coexist? Because why do you think that the fact, there's two things on the actual thing you said about the black woman at the top of the hierarchy, and then two, you talk a lot about what happens in Congo and how these companies mine and then they leave, a path of devastation for the people that exist in those systems. Why don't you think that the two should be able to coexist where they mine, but then they take care of the people? Why don't you think that they actually do this? Why would it want to leave bad media, press, and the surrounding society, especially if you're making billions of dollars? It would seem to, at the minimum, be fair to take care of the people.
Yeah, right. No, it never happened before. It ain't gonna happen.
Quick breakdown.
They're too fucking greedy.
Like, post Kingdom of Congo and when the colonizers came into Congo and started enslaving people and taking them off to New Orleans and Jamaica and Brazil, the biggest port for enslaved Congolese people was actually Salvador de Bahia in Brazil. 1885, the Europeans decided in a conference called the Conference of Berlin.
Yep.
They decided.
Heard about that.
The Berlin Conference. They decided.
The Berlin Conference.
They would divide up Africa as their personal wealth. One evil man who we would liken to an
Napoleon
of Adolf Hitler. He was like, I would say that
he was worse than him.
Hitler's mentor, probably without ever meeting him. I don't know if they met or they didn't meet, but from 1885 until 1908, while Congo was under his personal rule, he and his administration killed 15 million Congolese people. Mm-hmm. So he over half the population of Congo for the production of rubber.
He was worse than Hitler.
Way worse than Hitler. It's just because the people that died looked like me and you, and I would say didn't even look like me and you. They were way darker than me and you in complexion. Because those people died, it's not something that's being taught in school.
Nope.
Right? But what happened was he basically organized the country and had railways built to extract this rubber and to extract wild ivory from elephants.
That make no piano keys.
Everybody's got pianos, all these antique pianos in their house. That's like dead elephants. And then the
elephant ivory
that were being made were being made from the slave labor of Congolese people, and if they didn't meet the rubber quotas, which came every 2 weeks, then the wives of the men that they were kidnapping and putting in cages would then be raped, mutilated, have their hands cut off, have their feet cut off, and now in Belgium to this very day, you can go to chocolatiers and you can buy
dark chocolate, hands of dark chocolate. Yeah, I heard about that too.
And black dark chocolate and milk chocolate. They don't do them in white chocolate.
Belgian chocolate.
Belgian
and all black hands.
Which not a single cocoa tree grows in
Belgium,
right? And so, 1908, the Belgian government was embarrassed by the atrocities that were being caused by King Leopold, even though Belgium was developing off the back of it, and they took it over from 1908 until 1960.
Well, they claimed that they didn't know everything that he was doing while benefiting.
Yeah, exactly. Why they benefit from it.
I can't remember what it's called, the Centenaire, something. Google it, someone Google it. But it's basically like their big palace and all of their royalty that was built and their great buildings that people now
from the backs of black people.
Which was 100% profit.
Yes. I mean, they just tore down the statue. Was it 2020?
Right, of Leopold. Yeah. It's like, all right, you got your 130 years of like aggrandization, and only now, when we're fully developed,
and it's viral on social media.
Right.
Then we take it down.
Right. So 1908 till 1960 was the rule of the Belgian government, and they had again the same thing that Leopold was doing. Interestingly enough, if you actually study the history of Congo, it was actually Arab Muslims that were going into Congo from East Africa and enslaving Congolese under the idea of the Holy Muslim Empire that allowed the people of Belgium to go in and say, well, we need to Christianize them. So there was already slavery going on in Congo by this point anyway. So like after the fall of the Kingdom of Congo, kind of at the end of the 17th century, that was when like mass kind of enslavers came in, first from Arabia and East Africa, under the administration of Mecca, Saudi Arabia, these places, and then afterwards
Muslims came and enslaved their own black people.
Came in after an explorer called Henry Morton Stanley. Basically, they couldn't get through the whole of Congo coming from the west coast because the Congolese River, the River Congo, is the deepest on earth and one of the most ferocious rivers on earth. And when you get to a certain point inland, it just becomes mountains and waterfalls, and you can't get up there. So they had to actually come in from Uganda and go that way. And when they found that there was actually a way that they could be able to take stuff from the jungles of Congo and then take it all the way to a place called Matadi or Boma, which is the west of Congo, and then take it up to Belgium or whatever, they were like, right, colonization time. So what Leopold had said is, he was like, well, you know, we need to civilize these people. We need to bring them Jesus Christ, and we need to civilize these people.
Yeah,
and
Christianity.
Civilization comes, I need to rule the place.
Right.
Christianity confused their head.
Until 1960. In 1960, Patrice Lumumba, may he rest in power.
1960. Yeah.
Right? They ruled under brutal dictatorship and brutal colonialism. Till 1960, one of my heroes, Patrice Lumumba, may he rest in power, he brought the leaders, the king of Belgium at the time, to Congo, and they were supposed to be given this kind of speech to be like, oh, we're handing back the country, and it's been a great partnership. And he basically said to them, no, fuck you. You destroyed our country. What you have done is all of these things, and humiliated in front of all of Congo and in front of all of the
And they killed him.
Superpowers are watching around,
And they killed him.
In the United States. He humiliated them, and they went, all right, bet. And then the next year they killed him. They had him murdered. And it was the CIA. And this is the thing where, you know, there's a conversation that's being had right now with a few people saying, well, you know, what do black Americans have to do with black Africans, right? It's like people here were indigenous to here, and we have nothing to do with, or I say, because I'm born in the Caribbean, which is part of the Americas, right? But what do North American indigenous black people have to do with America, have to do with Africa? But I'm like, well, if the CIA has funded around 40 different military coups in Africa, of which the USA has benefited from, of which then African Americans, though bottom of the barrel here is not bottom of the barrel in Congo, right, have then been able to benefit from, though it's the crumbs of colonialism, they still benefited from it. Like, this country is not going to be invaded by any other country because plutonium and uranium from Congo has been turned into nuclear missiles. So that, you know, as a man who lives in this country, and if you have an American passport, you know that you ain't about to be invaded by nobody else.
Nope.
Nobody's about to have war in your country
Nope.
right now, or this country right now, because Congolese minerals are protected, right? Whereas Congo doesn't have that luxury. Look at South Africa when Mandela was now made the leader of South Africa. The South African government, which is a white.
Now tell us, we don't want no nigga here having no power. Nope.
Program. They had a nuclear program. As soon as Mandela came in, they said that missile up to India. They're like, no, we can't have Africans who have, because of how much money, how much gold was being taken out of South Africa and being brought to North America. They're like, we can't have these Negroes or these Africans.
Oh yeah, no, don't hand on the button like that.
No, we can't have that. So when I'm moving all of this background to saying protection is key, because if you can protect your resources, then you then have power. If you have resources but have no protection, you have no power. All you have is exploitation.
Now, Black World Order is an organization.
Family, you can watch the whole video right here. You can watch the whole video right here, family, because they don't want black folks to have no power. Nope. Because the only time we have power, they always think that we can do to them what they do to us. No, we're more spiritual. They're more materialistic. You know, like that. No. But anyway, folks, it's coming to an end, folks. It's coming to an end. The shit is coming to an end, and they know it. It's just a matter of time. And their time is running out fast. I'm out there. Subscribe, comment. I'm out there. Much love, folks.